let's see some of them. So this is my WE02. Here in direction you can filter out whether it is an inbound or outbound IDoc. Okay, outbound IDoc is going out from SAP system, and inbound IDocs are coming into the SAP system from some external system. So we can filter out by inbound or outbound. And if you know the message type, then you can enter that here in basic type. Okay, like it is order message. Check in this one, logical message. Okay, so basic type you can enter your which kind of IDocs are these. Okay, so if you know the IDoc type, then you can enter here. Now let me execute. Okay, let me remove or increase the date range. So when I execute, so I will see the list of all the IDocs. So these are my outbound IDocs, these are my inbound IDocs. Okay, so then inbound and outbound IDocs. So this matmas, for example, is related to material master. So material master IDocs which are going out from the system. So let's say there is some external system where you are sending material master update. So, but whatever changes we are doing here in material master, or whenever we are creating a new material here, so IDoc will be triggered and this will go to your external system with your material details. So these all are IDoc, it's outbound IDocs. These are inbound IDocs. This is coming from external system. Okay, so like matmas is coming. So let's say some external system also you are maintaining material master. So from whenever something is updated there, an update is coming to your SAP system. So this is your internal inward out IDocs. So you can double click here and then you can check the data here. Okay, so these are called segments, IDoc segments. So here you will see data, what this data IDoc is carrying. So this is matmas IDoc. Matmas is for material master. Okay, matmas is for material master. Then batmas is for your batches. For orders, we have orders. Different IDocs are there. So W05 also you can search IDocs. W01 or 002 and 05 you can use to search IDocs. Then there is one transaction called WE09. So WE09, if you know some segment data of IDoc, then that you can enter here. You have to enter the segment name and the field and its value. Okay, let's say you have these many IDocs and you want to search this particular matmas IDoc. Okay, so matmas, if I go inside, so let's say you know the material number. Okay, so first we have to enter the yes header main segment type. So this is your main segment type is E1 MARAM. So this we will enter here. Then here we have field name is Matnar. So I want to search IDocs related to this material. Okay, so I will enter Matnar here. This is my field, and this is my what do you say? This is the actual value material which I want to search, and I want to search IDocs related to this material in last 2 years. I will just select this, execute, press on yes. Okay, so system will give you all IDocs related to this. So I can see two IDocs are related to this particular material, which are created in past 2 years. So this way we can search any IDoc if we know some data, like what exactly we want to search, any material or customer specific. If we know some information, then we can use WE09. Then WE19 is basically to retrigger your or to create a test IDoc. Okay, let's say this is one IDoc. Okay, so this is my one IDoc. So this is already created. Now I want to create a copy of this IDoc and want to do some changes. So in WE19 I will go. I will just select this IDoc. the number, the IDoc number which is already created. And then if I want to simply retrigger it, then I will use standard outbound processing. If it is outbound IDoc, if it is inbound, then I will just create inbound IDoc. So let's say this is an outbound IDoc, then I can simply create IDoc. I think this is inbound I have selected. So standard inbound. Then this kind of message will come and then it will create this IDoc is created, which is a replica of your previous inbound IDoc. And here if we want to change any data, then that also we can change. Okay, let's say I want to change some information here. So I can create change information here and then select the inbound processing or outbound processing. And then a new IDoc will be triggered with the change data. So we don't need an external system again and again for testing IDocs. Here directly in the SAP itself, we can change the data and then retrigger it using WE19. Then you have BD87. Okay, BD87 is used to retrigger any failed IDoc. So let's say, let me search for any failed IDoc. So all these red ones are your failed IDocs. So let's say we have done the correction, we have identified what was the error and we have done the correction. So after that, we will select that failed IDoc. Then we will copy that number, enter here, and what was the creation date? 23. So let me take for 22, and then we will just reprocess from here. Okay, so this IDoc will come here, then I will just simply select this and reprocess it. So since right now I have not done any changes, so again it will fail. But if you have corrected the data, if you have identified why this IDoc is failed, let's say due to some missing value, some missing master data. So after correction, then through BD87 we can retrigger the IDoc. Okay, that is related to your IDocs. Now next is batch jobs. Okay, so in real time in every project you will have this batch jobs. Okay, now what are batch jobs? So go to SM37 is the transaction. Okay, SM37 is the transaction. If you know the batch name, then you can enter the batch name here and then execute this from the date range. So let me select for last 1 year, and here it will give me batch details if any batches are set up. So usually in production systems, batch jobs will be set for your regular transactions. So in background, they will be processing. Okay, let's say some batch job is set to do goods issue in the background. Okay, or to reprocess IDocs. Okay, so IDocs when they are posted from external system, they are posted with a different status. Okay, so someone has to manually convert them to process status. So as instead of doing manually, a batch job is set. So every 15-20 minutes it will execute and it will process all the new IDocs. Okay, so for different functionalities, this batch jobs will be used. Let me shorten the date range. Let me search for just for let's say this few days. If we know the batch job name or program name, then job name if we know we can enter here. If you know the program name, that here in ABAP program we will enter the program name. Okay, so these all different jobs are running up in the background. So all may not be related to SD. So for SD, like delivery due list, delivery due list will be created in the background, billing due list. So all that can be created as a background job. So whenever we want to check any batch job, then we will go to SM37 and we will check the job there. So let's say this is some job, but this is not related to SD, but let's say we want to see it, then we will select this. You can go to job log, okay, see the job details, or you can go to step and then in a step you can see here details. Okay, you can check in a step, then you can check the job log, okay, the processing log. So this is ML practice, okay, some batch job related to, not sure what is this related to, but this is a batch job. Then batch job details you can see here. Okay, so SM37 is the place from where you can see all the batch jobs, or you can check your batch jobs. So many times some production issues may come that batch job has failed. So we will go to SM37, we will see the batch details. Okay, from there we will get the program details, we will see why it is failed and do the subsequent analysis. Then you have SE16N. Okay, SE16N is the transaction where you can display all the tables. Okay, so tables in SD, different tables are there, VBAK, VBAP. Okay, so different tables are there. Then VB similarly for billing deliveries. Okay, so different tables will be there so that you can. Okay, VBAK is sales order header. VBAP, okay, is your item level. VBEP is your schedule line level. Then you have LIKP delivery header, LIPS delivery item, okay, VBRK billing header, VB RP item. Okay, then for pricing in S4HANA, PRCD elements is the table. In ECC, we have different tables for pricing, but here in S4HANA PRCD element, one single table is created. Okay, so this different tables you can Google also. All the different tables will be available. So any table if you want to check, that you will check from SE16N. So VBAK, I'll go to VBAK. If I know the delivery or order number, I can enter the order number and execute here. Then it will give me all the details related to this order. So like when these tables will be used, like if you want to check anything for which you are not able to check in front end, okay, let's say you don't have authorization or you want to check multiple sales orders in one go, then you can check in table. The other place where it will be used when you are creating functional specifications. Okay, so let's say some smart form change has come up. Okay, in a smart form, customer wants to print any specific order related information, your Incoterms, payment term, or any pricing related things which they want to print in their smart form output. Then we have to tell logic to ABAPer that from which table they should pick that information. Okay, from which table they can pick. So we have to provide them logic. So ABAPers will understand table and field level. So they will not understand if we only tell them fields. We have to tell them table, from which table they can fetch data. So that information when we have to provide, we have to give them table and field details. So from which table they can pick, and then that logic we have to tell them, and then coding part they will take care, but from which table which data should be picked, that we have to explain them or write that in the functional specification. Okay, then next is then in enhancements, let's say your wrapper gave you body number. Okay, so uh, when the enhancements are done, then you have different bodies and you have this user exits. Okay, so if any additional enhancement is done, let's say if something is not possible in a standard, so then extra this enhancements will be used. Okay, so body is one option which will be used, and then user exits are the another option. Okay, so body we can check from SE18. Okay, this is usually ABAPers will do this, but just for your information, I'm explaining. Just let's say if some ABAPer gave you body number and ask you to check if this body is right or not. Okay, then you can check simply in SE18, enter the body name, and then check the details. You can read through like what is the purpose of this body. Okay, this is like some IDoc data mapper. Okay, so this IDoc is related to some data mapping which this IDoc will do. So we can read the short text and just confirm to ABAPer, okay, this is the relevant body or this is not the relevant body, because there will be too many bodies. So sometimes if they are not clear, they may ask us. But this is primarily your ABAPer will take care of this. Then SE38 is another transaction where uh, your all the user exits will be written. Okay, the user exits are kind of add-ons, additional add-ons where we can add our additional code. Okay, let's say once sales order is after entering all the details in sales order, you want to pop up some special message. Okay, instead of the standard message, if you want to enter any special message, so then we have to enter that in different there will be a body available, okay, for the change body, and also user exits are available for the sales order change option. Okay, so we will identify the correct user exit, and then we will inform your inform the ABAPer to do that changes. Okay, so different bodies are there, different user exits are there, and so that uh, we should have some idea about. Okay, like your MV45. Okay, this is related to your 45 AFZZ. Okay, this is one sales order, your sales document related user exit. Then we have MV45 AFZA. Okay, so that you can Google it. You will find lot of user exit complete documentation from SAP. So user exits are an additional when you want to perform some additional task which is not done possible in a standard system, then we will use this user exit or bodies. Okay, then there is another transaction. Let's say you want to create some report. Okay, so one way is to go through ABAPer and then create reports. Another way is to do from if you want to create a simple report, then SQVI you can go, and here you can create your own reports. Okay, so let's say I want to create sales order report. So I'll enter that name, go to create, then I will enter more details. Sales order again, sales order details is my report. Okay, and then here we have to specify how we want to create this report. Okay, so let's say we want to create this using table or table join. So we will specify the different tables that we want to use. So let's say I will enter here VBAK. Okay, so I will select another table. Let me select VBAK and then I have selected VBAP. So I have to identify the link. Okay, VBL and the document system is linked using the this document number. Then here we can add some conditions, and if we simply want to, okay, after joining this both the tables, I can select which all fields I want to in my report. Okay, let's say in I have added two tables here, and from here I can select which all fields I want in my table in my report. So I want to see, okay, here you have two filters, listing and selection. So selection is your main screen when you want where you will enter your selection criteria. Okay, so let's say I want to enter my filter criteria as date when it was created, and let's say a document type and document number, and in my listing I want sales document number, person who created, okay, document date, then I want to see document type. Okay, which all details I want to see in my report, I can enter all that details here. From that, we can select what all we want to display. Like from these all from the order level, then from this table, I want material, batch number, material group. Yeah, so we can select whichever fields we like from the we want in report from item level. And once you are done with this, then simply execute this. Yeah, once we execute, system will create a report for us. So this see how quickly we have created a report. So let's say I just want to see sales order created in last 1 month. I'll enter here and it will fetch this report. So without any ABAPer help, so simple reports we can create using SQVI transaction. So basically we are joining different tables here, and then whichever fields we want to display or add in filter, that we can select. Okay, so this SQVI we should know. If in interview someone asks you that how to build a report, so this way we can do. This is called SAP query. Okay, this is called query in SAP. So we can write simple queries and we can build reports using these queries. Okay, so yeah, then apart from that, I think I've covered more or less all the things. Now, if you have any specific question, I